Hi everyone, just going to crack on straight away and get a second tutorial out of the way, just while everything's still fresh in my mind. Previously we just looked at generating the actual map. In the moment I'm going to show you about the environment settings and things that you can do to kind of influence the way that your map's going to turn out and look. One of the main things that I like to think about before I start looking at making a map is kind of just have a think about the environment that I want it to be. One of the first maps that I've made was kind of like a ghost town one, so I made it in. I went into like the settings. I changed it to having a storm, full lightning effects and everything when you turn the storm settings right up. One of the major things that you need to have a think about though is what type of map are you going to be making it for. Is it going to be a small close battle one, or are you going to literally be looking at it filling the entire map? Filling the entire map, they're very big maps if you're looking at doing that type of thing. So personally, smaller maps I think are much better, even for games like Domination, where you can spread your map out quite a bit. Walking from one side, well, corner to corner, I think it's about 1 minute and 20 seconds. And obviously having that full of jungles and lakes and all that type of thing is going to take a lot longer. So just think about the size of the game that you want to be playing. So one thing, this main cogwheel that pops up, you've got your LB button, that always brings that up. And you do settle into how it's being done quite easily. So we've got terrain tools. We have got advanced, we've got the noise, but the main thing is that we've got your land generation, which is there. But we have got environment settings, so we can set the time of the day and even the minute. I'm not certain how much difference those minutes make, but it is something that you can do. Your water level is also settable to any height. Bring that up so that it's actually on to do it. So there you go. So 16's pretty much level. So with the land as it is from the start, 16 we'll place it just rippling above it. 16.5. 17's more manageable. I like to have it set for like island maps and stuff at 19.5. It's nowhere near deep enough for like diving in that type of thing, but you can raise it right up. But at the top you can see the performance bar. Just keep an eye on that, your objects and everything. Let's see how high we can push it. I think I thought it was 64. That's the highest that you can bring it, so I'll take that down for a bit. You can even, underneath the water level, you can see you've got cloud type. I'm just going to set that at 20. So we've got cloud type, which you can have those generate to look different, just so that each map can look completely different really. And then you've got your storm factor. So put it on warm, and the rain coming in, but we don't really get any effect of any rain. And now we can really start turning it over. Let's just change the hour of the day. 5 o'clock. I like 4 o'clock. And it makes no difference when you whack this up to full. You see the sun dying out now. There you go, that's set at 100. You come off by 1, then it changes it again. But 100 just gives you that breakthrough of light. Hopefully we'll get some light in this, so there you go. And you get the sound effect, so it's pretty good. But for now, we'll take that back. just going to strip that water level back so that there's nothing there for now. You can, when you're building, have the ability to take the water off so that you can do it, but I just prefer to lower the water down. Personal preference, really. So what you need to do then is you need and raise and lower. So I'm going to start off and show you just a quick bump. So top left of your bar on the left hand side, you've got your radius, and you just use your D-pad. You got your speed. I don't really mess with the speed or the hardness of the distortion yet, but I do use circles and squares. It's pretty nice that you can just line it up. You know, in these sections that I was saying earlier on, which as I said are more important if you're going to be doing multiple layer with waters and stuff later. But the circle's pretty decent. So RT, that will bump it, and then LT will take it down. Now you see how if you've just taken that down there, you can see the water coming through from the lower part of the level before, but we'll just bump that back up. You tap it and then it'll raise it. If you press and hold it, then it'll just continuously keep raising it for you. So don't look too big, but if we just jump into the map, you'll see that actually it doesn't take long to start building mountains. So you do have to be pretty careful about not going mad with some of the size of the stuff that you do build. And that's only one of these squares it's marked out, and that alone's quite a big mountain as such for a feature in your game. So we'll LB and we'll get the terrain tools back up. I like the flatten. So with flatten, what that'll do is it'll take your size from where it is, and then that flattens out anything that you pass it over to exactly the same height as what you've got it set as. So that's a brilliant tool for being able to do ledges in layers. So if I was to take that from that level now, that'll then reduce that down. Your shadowing will flip back in and it'll start to look after itself. Or if I want that to come back out again, I can do. I want to take out that mountain but keep it level, that's not a problem, and you can do it quickly. As I said, the shadowing will take care of itself. So we've got something which has got quite a bit of height on it, pretty straight sides now. We've got raise and lower. Now raise kind of does it one step at a time, so you can raise it and then move it. With the other one you just kind of keep on adding, whereas this, it won't really add anything until you press it again over the top of it. And just notch that down a little bit, and then that kind of helps you to start building your formation of a mountain if you wanted to. And then obviously you could flip back, you could flatten out, you know, sections from it, and then you've got a bit more control over how you're making your map look then. And obviously you can start to detail that a lot more. What I like with it, if we go to LB, we've got the smooth. And what the smooth does is that it just takes your edges, so you just right trigger onto it, and then you can just start to smooth off. Around that corner of them. And you just really press it in, to be honest, and just keep moving it around. Do this side for now, so just catch the bottom of that lip. And then if we just jump into it to have a quick look at that edge now. Always remember, when you're going into your map, you'll generate where your camera is, not where the reticle is. But you see the smoothness of this now, compared to like this where I just flattened it. It's harder to get back up it. that's a good example of where obviously it's not run over. But that just makes it flow really nice and easy. And your advantage of doing that is that when you come back into your map, and then we go to environment, and then we lift the water level up, we can have a really, really soft edge running into the water, making it easy to get out. So, and if we just put your paint on, and we will go with sand. You can see obviously how the beach part would look, and then if we skip over to that, we'll just go with some mossy cliff for now, and then you just right trigger, and then just drag it around. You won't do anything particularly neat. Obviously you'd need a much smaller reticle for it. But there you go, you've got just a small island with a mossy rock in the middle of it. This is the side that we flattened off before. And as you can see, it's still quite a big well, lump of rock in the middle, but I can swim right up to the edge now, and I can just get out easily. It's still a bit of a challenge getting up there. When you do have edges that aren't particularly looked after, it does make them great. Getting in, and you'll always obviously find a way out. But like that's not quite as easy to get out as the other side. And that's really it for what I want to run through about setting your environment, and thinking it's mainly about thinking about the size of your map, your playing field, what you're actually going to be wanting to do on there, the different game modes that are available. Remembering obviously you're going to have to put spawn points in, but we'll do a tutorial about spawn points as well. Like I said, just basic type of thing, the time of day that you want it set at, what type of island it's going to be. Is it going to be an island? Is it just going to be land all the way up to the edge? What are you going to do about round the edges? You know, like some of them I like to drag the land right up and just make cliffs down the side of the edge, so completely impassable to be able to get through, put some features on it. But as I said, your main bulk of your playing field, you need to have a think how big that's going to be. So as I said, we're going to be doing lots of these tutorials, so it'd be worth subscribing to the channel, following us on Twitter, the usual stuff. All the information's down the right hand side of the page now. If there's any specific tutorial that you want us to run through, then just put it in the comments. And as I said earlier on, if you want us to have a look at the map that you've published, then just get in touch, tell us the name of it, and then we'll go and have a look at it, and we'll get a couple of people online so that we can review it, and we'll even get you into the game as well so that you can talk us through your map.